the first thing I wanted to ask is that you have been associated via your family to literature and books and reading. So, but I wanted to hear from you. Your from your childhood, how was the whole your own connection with literature, reading, and
I
books?
always had a huge connection with books because I am born and brought up in a family of books. My
Yes.
grandfather, Doni Dandekar, was a very well
Yes.
known writer. My parents were professors, and any big day in our house was celebrated by buying books. So I have been fortunate one, and the fortune continued because my husband also is quite fond of books, and so is my son. So still my house is a book of houses, house of books. So I'm extremely glad that the association with the books has continued, and we intend to do that. So with open heart and open mind, I would love to welcome this change in the scenario, and I am also ebook reader, and in coming times I'm sure the tendency of reading books on internet or on your MacBook or whatever smartphone you use is going to increase and grow, and I think with the changing age you should change.
Of course. Second question is that how do you see the readership amongst Marathi in Marathi literature, especially in terms of young readers. Since you have a son who is as you said, he is into reading
Yes.
e-books and everything. So how do
I
you
think
see it?
we always complain that children don't read, but
Yes.
if you get books on the platter using internet, it might attract them. But
Yes.
for that, first, I think you should be a good reader.
Yes, of
Only
course.
then your children are going to read.
Of course, of course. One thing I wanted to ask, since you started your career with Swami, a book which has, literally is a classic. So, what is the challenge of working in a, a, say a serial or a film which is based on a book on, the characters are quite well known amongst the masses.
Actually, I've been fortunate enough because not only Swami, I started off with Swami. After that, I did Shrikant,
Yes,
which
of
was written
course.
by Sharath Chandra Chatterjee.
Yes, of
After
course.
that, I did Hasrati, which was based on Jeevan Dalvi's Adantari. After that, I did Draupadi, which was based on
Yes.
Pratibha Rai's novel, and followed by Avantika. Um, so, the first show I produced was again based on Gadi Madgulkar's novel, and I think this connection will go on because, as I said, I just can't forget that books is a very important part of my life, and I get inspired. I try to learn things. I try to search for different ideas and inspiration.
Of course.
So, my connection with books is never going to fade.
Yes. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm incorrect. Why didn't you direct your first,
Well,
directed
there is
on
always
a
a second
book?
time.
Yes. But I mean, do you have anything in mind in particular?
Definitely, I have. I have a huge writer in my house. I have
Okay.
got
Yes.
all his novels. But I
Yes.
just wanted to, जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि पहले मैंने हाथ साफ कर लिया.
Huh.
So I definitely have many things in my mind right now.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to do something
I
very
guess
very
even
extraordinary, and I'm
your
in
fans
a
would be.
process right now.
Yes. One last question would be, what are you reading right now? What are the kinds of books are you presently reading?
I have a very bad habit of reading many books at the same
Ah.
time, and one more opportunity internet learning and internet reading gives you is you can read many books at the same time
Yes, of
without
course.
carrying them. So right now I'm reading White Tiger.
Okay.
I'm reading Fountainhead,
Wow.
as I mentioned, because I
Yes.
was highly impressed by the way Ayn Rand spoke about
Yes, of course.
why and how she wrote and the process of writing. And also, I'm after Mr. Mehta that
Okay.
he should give me the key of his
Ah,
Marathi
that will be
e-books,
great.
and I'm going to cherish all my childhood memories reading all these books
Yes.
on internet.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for speaking.
My